Hey guys, welcome back to Let It Rip. It's been a few weeks since our last episode, but I'm excited to be back on the show, give you guys that behind the scenes perspective that you've been waiting for. So to start off, just want to talk a little bit about sort of what goes on between stages. That's something that a lot of people have been curious about, like what do we do during the break? For a lot of people, it's a question of, going home, seeing their family, and just getting away for a time. I think for a lot of people, that kind of refreshes the mental state, gets you ready to get back into the grind because, once the stage starts, there's not much slowing down for us. We just get like one day off per week, and usually you just want to like sleep and do chores on that day. Between stages is really important to take that time to like mentally reset. So that's usually what we do during the break. Next, we can catch up on this weekend's games. This week, we played the Justice and the Reign. We won 3-0 and then we lost 3-0. But I actually feel like both games were pretty close in my eyes. Even our 3-0 over the Justice, after the first map, the next two were very close. Both of them were like overtime wins. It really came down to like those crunch time moments and we were able to clutch up. And against the Reign, map one was like incredibly close. Like all three rounds of Koth went to 99-99 almost. And then we made a lot more mistakes on the next two maps, but still I felt like they were both winnable for us. We just weren't able to bring it home in the end. Like weren't able to bring it together in those same sort of overtime crunch time moments. I think the Reign style is something that we need to keep improving as a team mentally to be able to handle. The way they play their comps is pretty different, I think, than the way most teams would. So that's something that we have to be able to adapt to in a live match scenario. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get it done. In the end, I think it's an even week, right? A 3-3 week in terms of maps. One win, one loss. So we're kind of at the same place we were before the week, which in actuality is a pretty good place. But every match this stage really counts for us. Washington, the Atlanta Reign, and the Gladiators all at this stage, those are three teams that are incredibly close with us in the standings. So especially against Gladiators, if we're able to get that win in the last week of the Countdown Cup play-ins, then we'll be able to like set them back. So each win is not only winning for us, but we're also, putting down somebody who is competing with us rather in the standings. For us, in terms of looking at the long term, the final playoffs, this stage really, really counts for a lot. And to get two more wins on the board before we're through puts us in a great position to just make it straight into the final playoffs from the Western region. So that's definitely our goal right now. And all our focus in the next 2 weeks is going to be on prepping for those matches. Really excited to see how those go. And personally, I'm feeling pretty good about the meta. I'm going to take it one match at a time, one day of practice at a time, really. Welcome everyone to our Eyes on the Prize segment presented by Zenny Gaming. Thanks to them for making this possible. Today, I've got Dreamer, first-time guest on the show. Welcome, Dreamer.
Oh, thank you for having me, Jake.
I'm excited. We're gonna dive in to the current meta and a few interesting things on your perspective here. So the first thing I wanna ask about is like generally this meta. What do you think our strengths are? I'm thinking about like our players and the way this meta is kind of shaping up.
So we've been through play against a lot of comp in Scream. There's so many comp in this meta, and it's really fun meta for everyone. Just trying to having a strat against every comp, and we're trying many comps, trying to be the best. So yeah, I like this comp. I like this meta.
Yeah, I think what you said is really true about like everyone's playing different things. So you kind of have to find a way to have a comp that you can be good at, but you also have like, you're ready for all these different possibilities. So it's very, like every match is gonna be really different depending on what the other team's style is. I also wanted to ask you what you think, like without the hero bans, like what do you think the impact is specifically of the hero bans for this stage? In my opinion, I felt like not having Ashe and Echo is like actually a really big deal because both of those heroes, a lot of times you played them together before, like the Orisa comps and things like that. And Echo as a hero, both of those heroes actually are really strong against Pharah, so we've seen more Pharah this meta, but what are your thoughts on maybe like the tank ban and things like that?
Personally, they mostly banned most hero time played hero. Yeah, so that makes they ban like strongest DPS from last meta. So it makes really hard for every team to like find a comp and play against many comp. I like hero ban because you need to find how to play against every comp. That is really painful, stressful, yeah. But that's how that's what gamers like, right? Like difficult play style, and yeah.
Yeah, it's like that new challenge, like something new you haven't seen before, a style you haven't tried before, and you have to like learn and adapt, like Dreamer said. It's definitely interesting, but I also agree it's really stressful to try to figure out all these different things you could play. What's the most, because it's not just what the enemy plays, but maybe they'll switch to this and that, and we need to be ready for those. So you end up like considering so many possibilities that it gets pretty difficult. But I also wanted to end with one more question, which is, now that you're here in Houston, here with the team, what are your thoughts on Houston, on, living here, eating the food, stuff like that? Has there been any highlights for you?
So everything is so wonderful here because when I came here, office by the cart, I can see many like tree and grass here. Like not used to see that before in Korea. So I lived in California before. How I looked California is there's so many buildings and it's really good buildings and really nice places. But in Houston, it's so chill. There's so many tree and grass and make me chill.
Yeah, like you feel like you're like more in nature, even just on the drive to work, like you said, where like there's like so many trees and it's just green. It's kind of calming, driving to and from work versus in LA or something. You just buildings only. It's just like lots of buildings the whole way, and same in Korea too, right? So it's definitely a big change. How about the food? You like the Houston food? Have we had barbecue yet? I think we did, right?
Oh, I didn't think I have barbecue yet.
Oh, we gotta get you out to some Houston barbecue. That's like the Texas staple. So that's definitely something we'll have to do. But thanks, Dreamer, for coming on the show. I appreciate your insight into the meta, and we're happy to have you here with the team in Houston.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Dreamer, welcome to Rapid Fire, presented by HEB. We're gonna answer some very hard-hitting questions from the fans. So without further ado, let's just jump right into my first question, which is for Dreamer. Dynamite Fairy asks, how are you settling in now that you're in Houston with your teammates? How does it compare to playing remotely in South Korea?
Just everything different. I played in bed, like I had bad sleep schedule in Korea and here, so I have good schedule and I can see my teammates face to face and can talk to them, and I can actually enjoy the game because I'm not tired anymore, or I'm not on like bad ping. I'm on good ping and everything is perfect. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, playing remotely when we did at the start of the season, when Happy, Piggy, and Jungwoo were all in Korea, we played like against Korean teams because the Overwatch League teams weren't scrimming. And so we were all on the same, we were like playing at 5 a.m. and like super bad ping and stuff. It was so bad, so I know how it goes. Let's jump to our next question, which is from Like Whoa, who asks, what's your relationship like with Jungwoo, since you both play the same role?
So me and Jungwoo, we're good friends. First time I joined here, so I had two main tank of last year as well. Like my previous team, Lyon, they had me and Gig. Nothing like uncomfortable. I just joined here and I try to be friend with everyone. I became a friend with everyone. Yeah,
so it makes sense. Your experience with the dynamic is not a weird thing. I think that's true for like a lot of players on the team. Like every role has different people coming in and out, depending on what we need for the meta. So maybe people were surprised, but I don't think it's any different with you and Jungwoo than anybody else on the team. And our last question of this segment comes from Cryptographer, who asks, what's been the coolest thing you've done since you've gotten to Houston? Something you've seen, somewhere you went, or something you ate, etc.
Win the game, it feels really great.
Yeah.
Because I'm with teammates. That's the most.
Yeah, probably the match is the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
I think there'll be time soon enough to go see the city and do some fun things as well as a team. So thank you, Dreamer, for coming on this Rapid Fire presented by HEB. Thanks to HEB for making this segment possible. We appreciate it a lot, and especially to the fans who get their questions in. We appreciate y'all as well, bringing us your questions, getting that behind the scenes look that Let Her Rip is all about. So thanks again, Dreamer, and that concludes Rapid Fire with HEB.
Thank you for the questions. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this episode. It was great to have Dreamer on the show for the first time now that he is here in Houston and with the team in person. Really excited. There's a couple things I want to talk about before we wrap up. The most important thing this week is talking about our Outlaws for Justice campaign. We're partnering with the Washington Justice, and we're going to be donating money to charity for RAIN and Big Sisters, Little Sisters, which are two organizations seeking to benefit women. We felt like it was really important to get out there in a positive way and try and make that impact on the community. And y'all as fans have been supportive of that too. So we really appreciate everyone who's gotten on board and is doing whatever they can to support these great causes. It really does mean a lot to us. We're also happy to announce that the Overwatch League itself is going to match all the donations from us at the Outlaws. So as like a force multiplier, it's really exciting to be able to partner with the Overwatch League. We're really excited about this and just wanted to get it out there to you, the fans. But looking forward, you know, we've got a bye week ahead of us, and then after that, we've got 2 matches against the Gladiators and the Mayhem. So we've got a lot of prep time. We're gonna be able to put in the work, be the best team that we can possibly be for those last 2 matches, and hopefully we can make it to the Countdown Cup. Really, our goal is all about that final playoffs, get the best standing we can, get into the final playoffs. If we have to do the play-ins, get ready to compete in those. Our eyes are really on that final goal now. This is the home stretch of the season, so everybody is going to be working, you know, head down. But we'll be excited to bring you more content as those matches come up, and hopefully we'll be coming to you from a happy place of success. But with that, that's it for the show. I'll sign off. Peace and love. See you next time.